Karax, where do we have him?
Oh, Karax. He is actually pretty good for this
Yeah,
week.
he's really good. He's always good
Yeah, he's
for
really
void
good.
rifts.
Like early game, you split your sleep ropes to try to snipe the rift, and yeah, just like for P3, you have enough energy for the early game, so deal with rifts and the attack wave won't be a big problem. Um, and then yeah, just like go straight to your tech, like just upgrade your techs and get the what's that called? Like the level 3.
Solar Forge, solar efficiency.
Yes, yeah. Level 3 solar efficiency, and then you just I don't think you can even use all of your energy if you don't bombard the shards. And I think for this week you can use Mirage, like just to try to get the like kill the objectives. And you have good static defense. You can just defend your base, defend the trickles pretty well. And yeah, it's just like you have vision everywhere, and not everywhere though. Like in a few like places, and you just be a top of Amon. Like you have solar lens to deal with the attack wave, and also you have the you have the purifier beam like every 3 minutes. I think it's every 3 minutes.
Yeah,
It's also
with third
like
prestige.
yeah with third prestige, and enemy attack wave is like 3 minutes, right? So
Something like that.
from like
Yeah,
2, 5, 8, so it's also 3 minutes. So
258
you
level
actually have
14.
purifier beam for
Yeah,
every
every single
attack
attack
wave.
wave. That makes sense.
Yes.
All right.
And I think he can be S tier for this week. Yeah.
I actually have an S also. How about you, Tutu?
I don't have anyone in S this week because I don't think it's easy. One problem that Karax has is he runs. You can deal with rifts, but you have nothing for the objective. So I did this today. I kept running out of time because I had nothing to kill the objectives. So I had to get after level 2 energy. I had to get the fire upgrade, and I had to do Scythe of Amon things where you burn the
Yeah, use the
the
fire.
shard.
Use the fire.
Yeah, I had to do that several times and like hope because you don't see the timer, so it's like I have to make sure okay a rift's not gonna pop up soon, otherwise I'm gonna like waste this fire. So you can use by the third set you start using mirages, but I kept running out of time at the second.
Ooh.
Because if you try to use mirages there, like the attack waves come from there, so you have to run away. And if you don't have enough until like if you try to attack the left one in the second set, the hybrid and air units will attack you. So you don't want to waste your energy killing those. So it's like the problem is really just the energy. Like if you're using energy to kill units, you're gonna run out of energy to attack rifts. Like there were times where I was like at 0 energy just waiting. It's like before I got the third level, the third upgrade.
What if you just spread cannons around instead of trying to use only energy to snipe the rift? What if you just spread cannons around and kind of hope that all the rifts spawn near your cannons, so you can go full energy on the void shards themselves?
Any cannons that spawn on your side of the map, yes, but I also feel like I got like the worst spawns I've ever seen.
Yeah,
like I kept getting ones behind the second area.
Not everything's gonna be like that, especially if you clear out the first set, or if you clear out the first shard. I think at least a few will spawn there, barring terrible luck, like probably what you got.
But yeah, so I put him in A because I think he's great. I just like, because if you have someone to deal with the objective while you do everything else, then that's perfectly fine. And the rifts are more dangerous. The objective is just normal objective stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I put him in A because also depending on the enemy, but less so because Solar Lance. Solar Lance is good. It'll just kill them. If they come with a lot of immortals, though, it's like they'll wreck your cannons.
That makes sense. So because of the chance of immortals and also
No,
the
not-
chance of bad rift spawns?
Not that. It's just
Objective.
it's
The objective?
for the early mid game. You have like very little objective damage, and if you can't do that, then you lose. Although he can survive the early game really, really easily.
All right.
Also, the other thing is like call down usage. Like when do you use Solar Lance? When do you use orbital strikes? Like if you're not on top of that, if you're just like spamming because also like if you use orbital strike after they just die and when they're reviving, you waste shots because like they're invincible. So if you're not on top of your solar energy, the
Usage.
Spear of Dune energy usage in the early game, you might run out.
All right. Herman, are you going to make a case for S?
Oh well, I actually didn't even think of the objective for the second set. It seems like it's a quite big problem for him. Yeah, the one what I thought was that you have 8 minutes is the attack wave, and you will use Purified Beam for that attack wave, and also you can probably kill something in the second set, and then there's the 820, the big wave for void risk.
Big wave.
Yeah. Yeah, so the original plan I thought was just like use Mirage to flank, like the position for Phoenix. So you just like use Mirage, try to snipe the shard. But I mean their damage is not that high enough. So yeah, okay. I think A makes sense though.
How about
A
going
makes
for
sense.
Templar Apparent and just massing carriers, observers at the spaces where the void shards spawn, and use orbital strikes on the shards, purifier beams at the attack waves, and carriers for the
You
objective
don't have
pushing.
cannons. You don't have cannons. You're gonna waste energies on the trickles, or you use the lot, or
Yeah, you'll be floating minerals anyway.
That's if you survive.
Yeah, that's the thing. But I was just floating out there. I think that's also if the third prestige isn't enough to do it on its own, then maybe the second prestige can also do the same sort of thing.
but the
I would say
energy
it's
is
worse.
a big problem.
Energy is a big
The
problem.
energy is a big problem. Yeah.
I-
Yeah, imagine like
I
5
agree,
versus
but at
3.
least you'll have something to
Yes.
push the objectives with, right? And you kind of even Artanis it by going around the camps instead of just. You can even Nova it by just right the shards.
For the third prestige, you still go around the sides for the third and fourth.
Yeah.
But you have enough mirages. Whereas with P2, you get more mirages earlier, but you don't have any like static defense that auto kills any rifts. You can have zealots, but like it's a little different. They're not strong.
All right. So we're putting Karax in A.
Yeah.
I think I put him in A.
Yeah, I had Karax in S, but both of you agree with A, so let's have him in A. Vorazun, where do we have him?
Vorazun. Well, so for Warzone you probably still want to use the wall, the cloak wall, but I think you need to wall yourself for this run. Like you don't want to wall the ramp because if the enemy, if the rift spawn on the natural, like it just comes your base. Like if you wall the ramp, you can only wall the attack waves, but not the trickles. And 3 minutes is the time you have your first shadow guard, and you deal with you probably want to use 2 to kill the trickles and attack wave, and use the other 2 to deal with the rift. Then at 4 minute mark, you like after your first shadow guard died, you want to use your time stop right away. So you can use 2 time stop before 8:20. So you can delay, you can push the 8:20 to 9 minutes, so which is quite essential.
It's
Which is
good.
quite essential, and you have more shadow guards during the time stop.
So for those who don't know, time stop does delay the void shard timings. Every time you use time stop, it delays it by 20 seconds.
Yes. And but when everyone, I mean not everyone, when a lot of people play in Warzone, they just forget about anti-air. That happened to me as well. I usually forget anti-air. Like I just keep building. I just keep producing DTs, but forget like cannons or foreseers. Yeah. So for this week, I mean, if there will be big waves spawn from the rifts, you definitely want some anti-air. So early on, you can use cannons, but cannons, I mean, if the cannons are not in the range of your dark pylon, is quite weak, like to kill the just die air unit. So like I don't know if one cannon can even kill a 2-life void ray. I don't think he can even do that.
Don't think so.
So
It doesn't have death recall.
yeah. And I'm not sure if you can use Dark Archon, because like Dark Archon, if you can just control the enemy, so it won't have 2 lives. Yeah, but it's only for the air unit trickle though. You don't want to use all of them, like all the energy on on air, and anything else though. I mean Dark Archon is quite expensive.
Quite expensive.
Yes. And for the objectives, I think it's just during time stop you have like a lot of DTs, and so
just
that
right
you
click the
can
void shards.
you right click them, and I think you can also use oracles. Like you can have like some oracles to deal with um the objectives, but that's like late game though. So you want to like split DTs, like just what every commander will do, like make DTs like as some small hit squads, and try to control the maps.
Letter.
There are a lot of things going on, and so I think Warzone is like a C because of AI problem. If it is air, it's gonna be a nightmare for most players.
All right. How about you, Twotuuu?
Also, if you're fighting Terran, they don't send detectors. But if the enemy's not Terran, they're gonna send detectors, which will mean like dealing with attack waves is more difficult because the Dark Templar, you have to Shadow Fury. You don't want to like straight up fight until you have enough of them, and then especially in the early game, you don't have so many. So, like against Terran, you can just leave them alone and then let them because they're not going to attack you. But against non-Terran, they're gonna see through. They're gonna have detectors, and you need Corsairs, especially if they're Protoss. You need Oracles too. And early on, you don't have that luxury, I guess. So enemy AI matters a lot, but even against Terran, it was not easy.
Yes.
So yeah, even against Terran, it's not easy because them having 2 lives in the bases means like sometimes a time stop is not enough to kill all the shards in one area.
Yeah.
Another thing is that I'm not sure what's the best way, but I like to use my second time stop at 820 so that I can get to some DTs past the middle to the far area.
Interesting.
So I can get a hit squad to the places beyond the second area, and then I will like also because it's time stop, I can move another hit squad to the right side of the second area. So it's like, and then the ones on my side, I will just kill them. I have DTs on my side, but I guess that's a preference. I don't know which one's better, but that's what I usually do.
But
All right.
I mean, it doesn't. I think it doesn't matter though. So you can use the time stop for like sooner a little bit because like anyway like you need to like for both ways you want to like during time stop you want to walk like your DT squads to the like to the 12 o'clock and then to the right. So it doesn't matter like if the forest spawns or not, right? So you either use it at 840, which is the time for the wave spawns, because you use one time stop
840 would be
before.
too late. 840, even if you time it properly, if you spawn 840, the rifts might spawn right then. So probably 839 at the very latest. 839.
Yeah,
I want to see where the rifts are.
Oh, you want to see? Okay, so you wait for the rift to spawn, and then you drop time stop so you can see them, and then right click some Dark Templar to them.
Yes, and then
All right.
it's like basically like the lights are out, and then your dudes sneak by the defenses, and then the lights turn back on later, and then they'll be like past the enemy lines.
The shards are gone. The rifts rather. The rifts are gone.
But remember that when you do this, like if you're not fighting Terran, you need something to defend against the attack wave.
Yeah, at 8 minutes is the I don't think time stop delays the attack wave on this map. I don't think so. Yeah. So
just the rifts.
Okay,
But that's huge though. 20 seconds, that's huge. Every time.
Yeah.
This map can last for like 30 minutes. So that's at least 7 uses of time stop. You can plan it out. if you're using Keeper of Shadows Prestige, you can have the first time stop. Well, the first time stop to kill the first shard. Second one is probably to spot the far rifts, as you guys said. Third one, you can snipe the 2 on the second set. Fourth one, you can snipe 2 on the third set. Fifth one, you can snipe the last one on the third set. Sixth one, you can snipe 2 on the last set. Then seventh one, you can snipe the last 2. There we go. Solved. Just stay alive. And keep whacking the void rifts. Right? Letter.
Yeah, and have enough army to kill the
attack waves.
The attack wave and the objectives. Yeah.
Letter.
Oh, I put Vorazun in C because of
all right.
enemy comp dependence.
All right, so that's a unanimous C, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.